What else? Don't want to miss anything. Absolutely don't want to miss anything. Paul from We're All In It Together wrote to me on Saturday. He was helping Catherine Evans and Ian Pugh of the Freedom Alliance, recent guests on here actually, because remember what we said was that so many of the independent parties are not getting any airtime. So we give them airtime leading up to the general election, which obviously we've done this morning with Andrew Bridgen and with the Party of Women. And Paul was out helping campaign for the Freedom Alliance, and he came across Angela Igor. Angela Igor, of course, famously, she's a former Labour MP. He's been a constituent of hers for years. And it's an astonishing video. It's online. He walks towards her, and he's very polite. He's not aggressive. And the minute she clocks him, she's off. She starts walking down the street. She's got her assistant with her with his pride umbrella, which is hilarious. It just like in one image, it just says so much that's wrong, frankly. And she's walking away. And Angela Eagle was famously involved in Brickgate. I don't know if you remember that in 2016, but Paul reminded me of it. And what he said was on the day she announced that she'd be challenging Jeremy Corbyn for the Labour leadership, quote, a brick was thrown through her constituency office window. And then Paul says, except it wasn't her constituency office window. Now, if you remember, much was made about that. That was covered all across mainstream media, and it was very much seen as, oh, this poor woman is being attacked because she's daring to go up against the great Jeremy Corbyn. And her publicity man at the time was Imran Ahmed. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he's made a bit of a name for himself in recent years as the CEO for the Centre for Countering Digital Hate. And he's come out against lots of truth seekers, him and his organisation. And many people, including me, have a problem with his organisation, not least because it is clear internet censorship. But as far as the police were concerned, there was no evidence to show that the constituency window of Angela Eagle was hit by a brick. It took 6 months for the truth to get its boots on, as Paul said, and for this crucial information to emerge. I was her nemesis throughout all of this, hence the sulky looks and the poor reception I've been receiving whenever I meet her. He complained to the press regulator at the time and got nowhere. Oh, Paul, you should have made some comments about jabs. You'd have got everywhere. And so I think that's interesting because, I mean, the bottom line is this. He's one of her constituents. He wasn't rude. He was just asking her questions. And they don't like to be asked questions, do they? Go back to what I said at the beginning when I introduced Andrew Bridgen, and that is when I invite MPs on, they want to know what questions I'm going to ask them. And he didn't, which was great. But Angela Eagle wants to be able to, conduct herself in a certain way and not be held to account by her constituents. So, Paul, more power to your elbow, frankly.